Yeah.
Yep. The old school.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all know how it is, man.
That was it. Ooh.
We got OC in the building.
It's good.
We got Law in the building.
What's good with you? Happy New Year to all of you all.
Oh, man. Happy New Year to you, my brother.
Yeah. First final word of the 2025 year. Yeah.
Final word. I like that, Law. I like that.
First final. Yeah.
Yep, the first final.
First final.
We had a lot happen, man, because, obviously holidays took a couple of these final words.
Yeah.
The season ended. Mike McCarthy was denied Chicago.
Access denied.
I can't wait to talk about that.
You stay away from my woman.
Yo, are me and OC on the same page?
Stay away from my woman.
Man, it's so
I might not want her. I might not want her, but you stay away.
Yeah.
You stay away until I'm sure. You better stay away until I'm absolutely sure whether I want this
somebody bad too. That's what's funny, man.
Yes, indeed.
This is cool with me. This is so cool with me. I ain't got no problems.
That means that there's likeness within the conversation of this.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Can you still build the plane as we fly?
Man, I could do anything, man. Let's go.
Okay,
What you got?
Let me see if I can get it though first.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You want me to email it to you or drop it into the Twitter?
Email it.
All right. T-minus 5 seconds. You should be receiving.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm going to definitely get it up there. So, man, yeah, I can't wait to get into this, man. And then, I guess we could talk about Zeke. I guess, we could throw some Zeke.
Oh, we got Zeke. Yeah, we got the Zeke news and Chicago news. We got Kellen Moore news. Hey, guess what I like though, bro?
What's that?
Guess who interviewing Kellen Moore?
Who?
The Jaguars.
The Jaguars?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he ain't gonna focus in on this.
Wow.
He ain't gonna focus in on this Green Bay game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Now they gonna see how it feels.
I mean, Kellen Moore, he rising, I guess, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just let me know if you got it. I want to expound upon that.
Oh man, Law, you putting that pressure on me, man.
It's just a photo. I know you got it.
Oh, it's just a photo? Oh,
yeah, it's just a photo. It's just a photo.
Yeah, man. You're like, hey, man, listen, that's just, we already at the altitude, man. So, yeah, I'm going to be pulling that, and then we go crank up the show, man.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and
give shots out to Skywalker, because that's his graphic, though. That he the one compile it together, if possible.
Yeah, man, definitely. We will definitely shout out Sky. And then I want to also talk about, he talked about something good the other day too, man. Like the history of our defensive coaches and how it need to be easy in sync with front office. That's so important. That's another dimension that can make us better. For real.
Okay. That's what's it.
And why? And it's a good reason for continuity. So, I'm like Twitter, OC. If it's good, I just share it and I just give you the credit. Old school.
Yeah, I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the film letter, yeah. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, yeah. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up.
Man,
Yeah.
I've had some real life faith. So I got it. You want to kick the show off with that, Law?
Most certainly I can, man. And it's good seeing y'all brothers, man. Let's get it.
Let's get it. All right, there we go.
All right, so shout out to Skywalker, man, for this beautiful overlay. But what I wanted to show here is that these are the 10 highest paid coaches in the National Football League. Now, if I'm the agent of Mike McCarthy, who's getting paid dog water compared to these guys, right? I'm definitely going to look at Sean Payton and say, yeah, this brother's getting paid $18 million. Now, I'm going to ask y'all, because y'all good at math, how many times can 4.5 go into 18 million? You see, so if I'm up for contracts, I'm sitting here saying, hey, I get it. This is America's team, but I'm going to need some autonomy. I need full control. I need to be up here with the other dogs because that's my peers. I'm a Super Bowl kind of caliber of head coach, and I deserve to get my coins. That should be the speaking in the battle cry of Mike McCarthy's agent here. On top of that, you hear Chicago beating at the door, and they are willing to pay me. So why you holding my feet to the fire until the 14th? Free me so I can be free at last.
OC, you got to follow that up, my man.
Well, you know, it's nothing that drives up your value more than multiple suitors. You see,
Fact.
this is something that's called validation. So Mike McCarthy has already been validated by another team, possibly other teams that want to talk to him. And now the pressure is on the Dallas Cowboys because somebody already is standing there and they want your woman. They want your woman. So if you mess up, they taking your chick. And that's what's going on. So this is going to put Mike McCarthy in the top 3 of coaches. And this is what's going to happen. Or Mike McCarthy should, and I repeatedly follow the abuse, scrutiny, and as Law Nation brought out a year ago, unsulliedness he's had to deal with. Hey, he's going to be out unless they pay him well.
Facts.
Well, I definitely say first move was done. Yeah, the first move was definitely done by Jerry and them showing the interest by denying it. I would also say this is normal, right? We saw this happen with Al Harris. This is just what you do when you want to coach. You don't let that coach get away. It's just what you do. So it's interesting, man, that they denied him. But I do want to kind of add some kind of light to it.
Your face wasn't moving.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm going to have to, you know how it is. Got to push through it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing, bro, is this is also sad because see that graphic that you showed, Law, the saddest part about that graphic is when they deny his ability to interview. Right. Now you can't get another team to bring you a proposal and an offer letter to where you can then bring that to Jerry to get your price right. So that's like sad at the same time. It show you that these billionaires are not playing about these millions.
Right. And it's crazy too because of the fact that there's no salary cap as it relates to coaching, and that's their own money. So I don't know if that's helicopter, plane, or gas money that you put into those things, or there could be new sofa set that you're going to put into your yacht. But that's the situation. They are keeping NFL money because that's how the salary cap is. It's not your personal, but this is their personal money. So how are you going to be considered value one of the highest paid or one of the highest net revenue business in the National Football League, plus throughout all of the sports, right? They valued at 12 or 13 billion dollars or less, however. But here's what I got right here. You got the lowest paid staff. But if you pull up that chart, 8 out of the 10 coaches there are in the postseason. The results going to be speaking at the door because you pay for what you get. Now, I'm not saying that Big Mike McCarthy is not worth the grain of salt there, I say. But what I'm saying is collectively, if he is a man of who he is, then he should get paid to his counterparts or his cohorts or however, so when you look at that and his compatriots are getting paid up to the likes of 18, 16. Harbaugh just got the job last night and he's getting 12. So not to count the money, but the money talks, So Jerry, what are you doing? You're going to have to pay up or pony up or allow this man to see what's on the open market. Before I close on this topic, we've seen this strategy before. Who's old enough to remember that the Cowboys did something just like this with Dez Bryant? They held on to him, let the market dry up, and when the free agency was over, they said, you know what, now we release you. Nobody have the money now to pay Dez Bryant. And that's
Right.
what happened on his way out of the Cowboys.
Yeah.
That's cold-blooded.
It's cold-blooded. And then everybody said, yeah, see, there's Waj. Man, nobody had money when they got rid of him, Nobody had the coin, so he had to settle for less. It's crazy.
And their rosters was filled up. They
didn't get a chance to see him in training camp, didn't work him out or anything. And he had to pick up the playbook. So, and the Joneses knew what they was doing. Yeah. But go ahead, boss, man.
Nah, it's funny too because then a certain amount of his money would have been guaranteed if he would have made it to training camp and they cut him before training camp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just amazing.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
It's amazing how they man. So it's the millions that Mike McCarthy is losing that's kind of like bothering me. Do you have some perspective on that, OC?
Well, I think that at the end of the day, Mike McCarthy is going to get his money because I think that, and this is the details that I don't know, what is the time frame by which the Cowboys can block him from talking to someone else? Do we happen to know that piece of information?
Wednesday.
'Cause I don't offhand.
Well, I think the 14th of January.
Is, my fault. Sorry about that.
No, you
Oh, okay. Well, look, man, we're talking about the beginning part of next week.
Yep.
So I think that any valuable team that values great head coaching will wait until that period clears. So basically what we're saying now is that the Cowboys got a time window until the 14th to be able to get something done with Mike McCarthy that is pleasing to him. And if it's not, then we know we got at least one suitor, possibly more suitors, because it's a merry-go-round with these coaches in the NFL. Right. If you have a bottom-level team that is 500 and below, typically you're looking to upgrade or replace your head coach. Right, that's typically what's the case. So it's tons of teams out there that will give Mike McCarthy carte blanche to bring in his staff, to do exactly what he wants to do, to run it his way. No Trojan horses, no super media engine dealing with the Cowboys and all the details and drama around that. So I feel like that this basically gives us our countdown to when they will have to get something done with Mike McCarthy, or in my opinion, based on discovering the 14th as the cutoff, you probably see Mike McCarthy walk.
What's the
which I
best for
don't think will
business?
happen. By the way, I think they'll get it done. They always
What's
get it
what's
done in the ninth hour.
in ninth hour? So what's the best business for the Cowboys?
The best
What?
business for the Cowboys is to sure up Mike McCarthy for on a short term, 2 to 3 year
Uh-huh.
contract. I think that because of the fact that, as and we talked about this before, Law, that you're being more sensitive to
Mm-hmm.
taking risks of turning over the whole staff and dealing with a new monster, so to speak, versus somebody that's been consistent, that's had multiple 12-win seasons, that lost a
Mm-hmm.
starting quarterback and has the opportunity to come back and still put together a strong team for you. So I think you probably bet on that, and I think he gets a 2 to 3 year deal. I don't think another 5 year deal. I think that's too much. I think another 2 to 3 year deal. Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 plus million, based upon the market right now. That's what I think, because he's not gonna match Andy Reid, right? But he
Right.
should be up there close to what Sean Payton is, somewhere between the 16 and the 17 number. So if he's
Mm-hmm.
somewhere between the 16 and the 17 number, which I think is reasonable, him and Mike Tomlin, I think they're comparable. Jim Harbaugh's a great coach. That's his first year. He's doing a great job getting these boys in the playoffs with the Chargers. And then the coaches below that, he's in the mix with those guys. So I think he lands between 16 and 17 million, which has him around 35 million on a 2 year deal. Added up for another third year. That's going to get him in the neighborhood of somewhere of a $50 million deal. So I think he's probably a
Well,
3 year $50 million deal. That's my opinion. That would be my prediction.
wow. Because that's going to be Mike McCarthy declaring and decreeing that he won't 4 times to pay more, because at the end of the day he's only getting paid 4.5, right at 4 million if you want to round down. And if you try to squeeze that number into that, now you're looking at it from these particular things. Concessions got to be made. If I'm Mike McCarthy, can I get some type of autonomy too? Can I get some type of system of control? And we already know that information and that knowledge is off
Oh
the table.
man.
Come on with it. I'm not
Ooh.
gonna I'm already got you for 4 years or 5 years under 4.5, and you had no control. You had to bring in, you had to agree to my Kellen Moore, right? You had to agree to my people. Didn't you guys know under Mike McCarthy tenured here, the only running back that was drafted was Taney Deuce Vaughn, right? So it goes to show you that the drafting philosophy wasn't under the Mike McCarthy watch, and no shade at Deuce Vaughn, but I'm just speaking the truth. Like, will he have more control of who get drafted here? Will he have more control to say, hey, I'm going to bench Jalen Brooks because he can't walk straight? He got the Bambi legs. He keep falling over everything. Or I don't like certain things as it relates to this coaching staff. Can I bring in my people on all levels, on defense and offense, and still have the ability to fire or execute my said plan if I don't like them? Will Mike McCarthy get some of the power with that extra 4 times the payout?
My boy Tuck in the building, he said that he go probably align his contract to Dak. It's something that you said that was scary, Law. You talked about that he want to have some concessions. He want to have some demands.
Right.
And so we know play calling is one of them. Man, front office got to push back on that. They can't just take that.
Mm-hmm.
They can't just take that. Should they just take that? Right? No. No, we got some problems with the play calling. Like it's some back and forth that need to happen with that. And it honestly need to be a contingency plan, in my opinion, if your play calling don't improve. Because he was off balance bad this whole season. So it's like Chicago gave you leverage, but Chicago has not made you God. Straight up.
Well, let me say this, boss, and let me finish the statement earlier. The contract I mentioned, that's a market value contract for Mike McCarthy, right?
Yeah.
The contract I mentioned, right?
It's dated. Yeah.
Right. So his contract, he's being underpaid based upon. Shout out to Skywalker Steel, y'all check out his channel. based upon the information he put together,
Yeah,
we
the
can
graph.
see that a market contract will fall somewhere between 16 to 17 million. Now, let me complete the loop on the thought. Does he get this? I think he should, based upon market value. But does he with the Cowboys? Probably not, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. I think he should go for it, right? I think in his own personal interest, okay, this is me being a consultant. I think he should absolutely go for it or get something close to it, because if he doesn't, how many more years do you coach? It being about 60 plus years old, you ain't got a whole bunch of coaching years left, so you don't have a whole
Mm-hmm.
bunch of earning potential left. So you need to make as much as you can and be paid where you should be paid. Now, I think that they're going to make some concessions, and the Joneses, as we know, they pride themselves on getting a deal. So I think they're going to work something out with him. I don't think that it'll be exactly market, but I think that he should go for it. That's what I think.
Yeah, yeah, and the thing is, the Chicago Bears. I believe the next person in line is going to be Pete Carroll. So you get two folds in this. One, you're holding Mike McCarthy feet to the fire, right? And you're gonna wait until January the 14th on whether or not he get his new contract or not. But in the meantime, like you said to a degree, if you're good enough, other teams will wait for you, right? You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you say, the shorty that's in the club and you see her, damn, she good, and you didn't see her leave yet, you're gonna wait outside at least until she come up out of there so you can shoot your shot. And if Chicago
Yeah.
look at that like that, they're gonna wait outside and say, okay, we'll wait for Big Mike so we can shoot our shot. Or it could be the Jaguars, or it could be the Jets or the Saints, because they would love to have what Mike McCarthy had on his resume for these last 5 years, that 12-5, 12-5, 12-5, that would set their franchise on fire with hopes and possibilities. But that's the floor for us, because 12-5 is the floor. We brought in Mike McCarthy for this fact right here, this fact alone, for him to get us over the hump. But he's been here for 5 years, and after we done got rid of Jason Garrett, we got only one playoff win to show for it in his 5-year tenure, right? So there's not enough gravitas, or it's not enough flair or flame to say, yeah, Mike McCarthy deserved this big contract. But if you pull that list back up, Kyle Shanahan is getting $14 million, and that's the guy that he can't beat. So now you're gonna pay him more. Look, that's gonna be a hard thing. And I know, like you said, the new market rate supposed to get Mike McCarthy at 17 to 18 million. But since this is a non-salary cap negotiation, the Joneses may sit back and say, well, we just get our son back. We just go hire Kellen Moore and slide him $6 million, and he would love to coach here.
Ugh.
Yeah, and you know what?
Yeah.
What? You brought up something that people don't want to hear, Law, but that's a very real possibility, because Law, at the end of the day, and you bring up some excellent points here, and I just want to unpack it just a little bit more with some of the things you said.
Appreciate
Okay, let's think about this in context. Okay, Chicago just drafted Caleb Williams. He's a really good young quarterback. He's thrown like 20 something touchdowns, man. He has receivers. He just needs the quarterback whisper. And Mike McCarthy has been a quarterback whisperer. He's a great quarterback developer, going back even to his time at Green Bay. So he can develop a young quarterback. He can install offense. He can get a dude calm and performing at a high level. And so that's why I think one of the key reasons why I like McCarthy so much, because Mike McCarthy brings stability and brings a system, okay, to the table, okay? All right, now you got Sunshine. You got Travis Lawrence down there, all right, that they just paid again down at the Jaguars. And you got also an Indian billionaire running that team, okay? They'll pay for somebody that they really like, and they got a young, talented quarterback that Mike McCarthy's great working with quarterbacks and can come in and help establish some stability and do some things and probably have a lot more carte blanche and control than he ever would working for the Dallas Cowboys. So, the more we talk, the more it really begs the question of, how bad does Mike McCarthy want to be here? And then how bad do the Cowboys want to keep him? Because either way, the way I'm looking at this thing now, as we sit here and talk and this conversation develops, this man more than likely has options beyond the Chicago Bears, and very well could end up being a head coach in the National Football League for another team next year,
Yeah.
if not with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I want to bring up something that kind of came out earlier, and I wanted to kind of save this for the panel. So obviously, you know, Jane, she's working hard, always working her sources, and I think she does one of the best jobs at the end of the year, where she talked to the players, and that's when she'll kind of start letting certain things out the bag. So one of the players said, I only think it's fair if he gets one more shot, but more on his terms, from the standpoint of really being able to run it how he wants.
She said on his own terms. Are those Dak Prescott words as well? Because he said he would like for Mike McCarthy to come back under his own terms, and now we're hearing that echo, same phrase. Right. So somebody's talking to somebody similarly, and Mike McCarthy came out, and they all seeing it, right, and they are saying it for him. But you know, closed mouths don't get fed. And Mike McCarthy said what terms he threw Dak Prescott in front of the bus, right? When he says, I don't know what he's talking about, basically.
Yep.
That was kind of crazy to a degree. So, or he could just be doing what we call self-preservation, saving his own backside. But I would look at it from this particular aspect. If you bring back Mike McCarthy, what would be the conditions of why the Joneses would like to bring him back for more money? Because getting paid more money don't stop him from going for 3rd and 1, going for long, right? For absolutely not balancing out the play sheet, right? I don't think that it was Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones out there telling the players to be offsides, or telling the players to line up in the neutral zone, or I don't think that they were the ones that was establishing these discipline situations that's already exhibiting through this team. I don't think that they were the ones that on 3rd and 3 that they called these crazy plays of throwing a lob pass in the middle of the field. So there's so many things that we would have to consider with Mike McCarthy. If you sign him back for more money, I don't think that those issues of all of a sudden with time management or clock management and discipline is going to go away. You're still going to have those same issues.
I think that, you're going to have critiques on every coach about things that you don't like. And I think that are the things that you don't like about Mike McCarthy strong enough to cause you not to pay him a significant amount of money and give him at least 2 to 3 years to where he has a shot at winning the Super Bowl? Are the problems and the issues and the concerns about Mike McCarthy so great that you replace him with another coach? I think that Jerry Jones likes to act cute, but behind closed doors, he knows what time it is. And the reality of it is that you're going to get a young upstart coach unless you hire somebody like a Pete Carroll to replace him and be starting almost from scratch with no guarantees, no comfortability, and Father Time is undefeated, and you're trying to hopefully win a Super Bowl, before, unfortunately we all have to transition in life. So I think that if that's your priority and you're the owner, okay, I think that you take a long, hard look at what makes sense with Mike McCarthy. He does a lot of things well. I rated him on the post-game show, a 7. I'll give him a 7 out of a 10. So it's 70 to 80% of what you do know worth letting go behind 20%, 30%. And that's the decision you got to make.
I gave him a higher than that. I gave him an 8.5. Yeah, based on the degree of difficulty of what he's dealing with. Like when you deal with like somebody saying like his hand is tied behind his back, right? And then Dak coming out with what he's saying, it's like it's obvious. It's like you have to manage so much of their influence and yet still make it work. And it seems as if the players are clearly saying, we want less of front office. It's because when they finish it, they're finishing it with more his way. So it's almost like they can sense that there's a direction that's being pushed from front office, and they don't like the direction. And he has to manage it. So I know a lot of people hate my grade. They like, dang, that's high. But I graded him that high because of the degree of difficulty. If he would have been a guy that ran the ball and really protected his defense, he would be an A. This year, he would have been an A. If he would have play called all year like he play called week 17 for Trey Lance, whoo, man, he had 39 rushing attempts and all them running backs look good. You know what I mean? And the offense was moving with a quarterback that didn't play all year with no CeeDee Lamb. Man, don't get me on my soapbox. We got Big in the building, man. Where your mic, man?
Hello, Big.
Big, what's up, man? Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Don't get that green screen. You just get over here.
Hey,
what's good?
I can fix it, bro. You need me to fix something? You good?
Yeah,
everything?
Yeah, close it up and make it real tight and all that good
all
stuff.
Right, I got you, bro. I got you. Well, shoot, we got to get your thoughts because we already kind of gave ours on
what?
On Jerry blocking Chicago with Mike McCarthy. So we obviously want to get caught up with you, Big Dog.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
and Happy New Year to you, my brother.
Happy New Year to y'all, both of y'all, all y'all. It's Voltron. I haven't seen OC. There we go. I haven't seen OC. There you had it. You had it, boss. Push it back up.
I got you, bro.
One more time,
okay.
Yeah.
Yep, one more time for your mind.
God damn.
If he's blocking it, that means he wants them back, right?
Yeah.
If he's blocking them, that means he wants them back. But I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, if we get Mike McCarthy back, and y'all know I ain't a Mike McCarthy hater. I like Mike McCarthy. Be prepared for a lot of wins and nothing else.
Why? Why, Big? Why you gonna come in here like that?
Because I'm telling you the truth, dog. Because I told you, I'm the truth teller. I ain't out here gonna be no fugazi stuff. The same way we seen with Mike McCarthy, he gonna win games here. But when I keep on hearing these players say, "Oh well, he can't have his hand behind his back and let him be able to do it his way," is Jerry going to allow him to really do that? That's going to be the key. Because
hey, I'm with you, bro.
That's going to be the key. Because if Jerry actually gives him some keys, then let's see what happens. But at the end of the day, as long as they sit there and stay comfortable like they are, then I don't feel good.
That's one of
the biggest impediments of Mike McCarthy is this: what he was talking about. It's the preparation, the prep time. There's too many times that we start off flat. Too many times. Now, this year was a better year on the back end in the third quarter, right? Because we normally be stale, like unseasoned meat. We just be, especially that chicken, unseasoned chicken in the third quarter. It's no seasoning. It used to be bland and vanilla, but, somehow he found his groove late in this particular year. But overall, there's been too many times that Mike McCarthy, to me, just don't know how to motivate the team. He said that in 2021, against the 49ers, my team was flat. It seems as if though they was nervous, right? Who's supposed to get him up out of that nervous feel? The coach. And then in 2022, we hear echoes of the same thing. And then, of course, last season or the last time we were in the playoff against Green Bay, man, we started off so flat that we heard the same thing. That I just believe that with Mike McCarthy, he don't know how to get these people up to speed in order to play right. And that falls in line with coaching. I get it. You got a meddling owner. That's going to come with the territory. But if we could have seen anything this year, Big Game James, in the OC, when you're back against the wall and you have no contract for the foreseeable future, can you at least, close your ears if you're under the age of 21, can you at least let your nuts hang. You know what I'm saying? Drag them all over the floor. Let them know that, hey, it's my way or the highway. At least let us see it one time. Pause if necessary. But he never showed them to us.
Yeah, but you know what happens, Law, when you get out the swimming pool, something called shrinkage. So I think we had a shrinkage situation, which is
Yeah.
why we saw a lack of courage in certain situations. And I'm just gonna do what I think would be okay, and so I can go along and get along, so to speak. It comes with age. I think over 50, you should take Geritol. I think really because your energy levels go down, you need something else to kind of get you going. And so that's what I think, man. I think we had a little bit of swimming pool stuff going on where you may have had a little bit of shrinkage. That's what I think.
Y'all not gonna tell me the truth on here.
Come on,
About
break it
what?
down, bro.
Y'all not gonna tell me the truth. Y'all really, OC, you really believe Mike McCarthy gonna bring a Super Bowl to Dallas Cowboys? That's what you believe that?
I think that will is a strong statement. I think that he can with the right scenario. And let me explain the scenario, Big, okay? It'll take 30 seconds, all right? I'm going to kick it to you.
Okay.
All right, so what Mike McCarthy needs is that he needs some pet bull enforcer assistant coaches. And that's what he had at Green Bay. He does need a little bit more personnel control, because if I look back at my mind and I look at how he built the rosters for Green Bay, those were good rosters. They had long physical corners. They had hidden safeties. They had thick linebackers in the middle. They always had solid DTs. They always had solid pass rush. They always threw the ball around, but they always had a good back. They could run the ball when they needed to, and they always had multiple weapons. That's how he built those rosters, if you go back and look at Green Bay. So he needs a little bit more autonomy. He is not the motivator, get you up and going coach. That's not his deal. His deal is, I'm going to manage this thing, I'm going to run it, I'm going to put the pieces together very, very well. And so because he's that type of coach, he needs what's opposite of him underneath him. He needs motivators. If he was a motivator, he would need greater organizers. So he needs motivators. He needs pit bull coaches. And that's why he likes to hire these experienced coaches or former head coaches that can basically get these groups going so he can have a strong product. That's what he needs to be able to win. But if he doesn't get that or have that, no, Big, he won't win. And you're correct. He will win 12 games, maybe 13, and then, go out quick in the playoffs.
Man, that boy
killed it.
Man, give me that straight business, man.
I ain't got. Oh, hold on. I got something for the OC. It ain't gonna match, but we gonna make it work. Watch this. We don't fit.
OC.
That's your button. That's all we got for you today, brother. I gotta get back to the studio before I can get it going right.
You ain't lying. Here's
Go
my
ahead,
thing, OC. I feel everything you just said, but here's my thing. Now, remember when Dak Prescott came out in the media and said, Mike McCarthy, I want him to back because I want him to be able to do it his way, be able to have him more control. Mike McCarthy came back out and said, I've had more control than I ever came back. So that gave me a pause, because remember when he was in Green Bay, he was always complaining that the general manager was like Ted Thompson or something like that. They were always fighting with each other. If y'all remember that, they were always going back and forth, because that GM was always getting free agents and he wanted to build through the draft. He was always like, you always getting free agents. I want to be able to have some control, and he didn't. And that was one of the reasons where he said he was having a problem with Green Bay. He came over here now, OC, and said he's had more control than he's ever had. So if that's the case, who hired Mike Zimmer? Mike McCarthy or Jerry and them?
Mike McCarthy.
He got Mike Zimmer?
Yeah. I'm certain.
Okay. So okay. So if he had that control and he says he has that control, then why isn't he getting those type of assistants on the offensive end? Do we like Schottenheimer? Do we think Schottenheimer is going to be the guy going forward too? You want to keep Schotty?
Yes.
Well, before you go into that, before you go down there, then I heard storylines. I think it was last week that Brian Broaddus stated that Mike McCarthy do have a plethora of control. He got a lot of control, more control than what we think he does. So that's why I even turned it up a higher degree on being upset at Mike McCarthy. Then we all know that Jeff Blasco ain't really a good running backs coach, and it's been documented, by the way, in Scott McCurley and Scott Tolzien or Lean Kazine, or whatever Kazine he is, he ain't that good as well. So sometimes you give the wrong person control, and we are seeing these type of things manifest itself into its fullness. On top of that, let me say this too. That 2010 team, they had Don Capers, and Don Capers was no one to sneeze at as it relates to being able to formalize a defense. So that thing is all things can be, two things can be true. So yeah, you're right.
Well, look, at the end of the day, man, I think this, man. I think that you got to look at this, and I'm not for or against, by the way, Big, on this. I'm really not. You got to look at what you holding up. Oh, you got French's bro? Oh yeah, that's a classic. That's classic. You did good. You did good.
You did real good.
You did real good.
You smashed it.
Yeah. Oh, you got the whole box. You got a big box too. That means
we got the big box. Got the big box.
Yeah, you need some dirty rice for that. You need dirty rice. That's my opinion. But anyway, look, I think this. I think at the end of the day, man, you got to look at the upside. What's the upside? What's the downside? And I think that's how the Cowboys are evaluating. I think he did have some control, but I don't 100% buy that he had all this massive control. I don't.
Okay.
I don't. The weekly meetings with them about player personnels. We still have what's that guy, man? Matt Walesko. We still got him on the roster. He's on the 53. They run him out there for PAT.
Right.
They run him out there for PAT. They run him out there for the PAT. Oh, you got the Kool-Aid? Oh, you got the Fanta?
No, he got the lean. Boss got that lean. Boss got the lean.
So I don't know, man. I think that it's true, but it's false. I think that a little bit of this is posturing, man. I don't think that he had all that executive control because because I look at it and Big, it doesn't match. It doesn't match. It doesn't all line up to me, Big, and that's my opinion. I could be wrong, but it doesn't all match. Because you see, he don't have control, but then wait a second. You got control, but I can't pick my own offensive coordinator. I'm stuck with your offensive coordinator as a holdover hire for 3 years. I'm coming in with no control. So I don't know. It doesn't match. It doesn't match to me.
And OC. How many times have we seen during the week when he's saying one thing and then Jerry's saying, "Oh, this guy is starting," or "This guy is going to play a lot," or he's going to do this? That's overruling the coach, isn't it? So if he has all that control, then why isn't Jerry shutting his mouth up?
Right.
Yeah.
During the week, he's still doing rosters. The call's still coming upstairs because why is Donovan Wilson still playing? That looked good as hell.
Boy,
man, stop throwing all that food, man.
You feel me,
man? No, I was on a Daniel fast, and I said, man, I'm going to go to the law fast now because forget that Daniel fast. I go to the law fast.
What's the law fast?
Eat when you're hungry.
Oh, that's the law fast. Eat when you're hungry.
Eat when you're hungry because that Daniel fast, man, I got tired. So we're chalking up to the creator. But I will say this, man. Oh, my God, that fool, my belly touching my back. Boss don't know what he's doing to me right now, man. Man, I lost train of thoughts, man.
You distract the law, man. Put the food up, boss. Put the food up, man.
And then he dancing with me. I hope they play ball his ass.
You don't know who have eaten or not. I look, Law. I had a salad today, Law. I had a salad.
Just salad. Oh, you on the Daniel fast though? For the first 25.
Like
H time, baby. H time, baby.
Nobody when you fasted, but you got
Come on now. I just had to get some soul in the fight of word real quick. I just had to get some soul, bro. You hear me? Yeah, man.
You can only get that plate down in Houston, I heard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm over here showing now. You know it. Hey, Big, I want to ask you a question, bro. First of all, I miss you, bro. It's been too long. Glad you back.
Miss y'all
Really
too.
did miss you, bro. Your key piece to the final word. What's your thoughts on next year, man? Like, in terms of like, where do you see us going? Because
I think Dallas is going to bounce back. I think Dallas is going to bounce back.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to win. They're going to go back to winning. I feel like they'll get another 10, 11, maybe 12 wins next year.
Yeah.
But to me,
Okay.
I don't care about that no more. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like,
Right.
nobody cares about that no more. It's, if you bring a Mike McCarthy back, it's Super Bowl or bust every year. There ain't not even no damn championship games. I don't give a hell. It's Super Bowl or bust with you as the coach. Because if they brought you back after all this back and forth and you saying all these things, there's got to be a level that he's got to be able to hit. And, I mean, he's got to get this team over the hump. That's why Jerry brought you in. That's why you removed yourself from Garrett. Because the only difference between you and Garrett is that you went to playoffs consecutive years. That's the only difference, because you failed in the playoffs just like he did, miserably. The only good playoff year you had was 2022. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like the front office left us out to dry that year, because we could have had Amari instead of a Michael Gallup. And Amari could have made a difference in that 22 playoffs. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of an injured-ass Michael Gallup. So that hurt us right there. But at the end of the day, if they're re-signing Mike McCarthy, bruh, you got mad pressure and you got to make it happen, because everybody's going to be looking at you like, nobody cares about 10 or 11 or 12 wins. We've already seen you do that, right? We've seen you do it in Green Bay. Now we've seen you do it in Dallas. That's not what you're here for. You're here to get this team to a championship. And so if we're talking about, you guys just said, or he has more control, then he needs to exercise that control. If he has this control that we're saying, that y'all are saying, because I don't believe it like that. If y'all saying that he has control like that, then he needs to exercise it this year. If they re-sign him and you have players saying, hey, you need to give him some more control. If that's the case, then exercise that control. Get a couple free agents. Go to your front office and say, I need this. I need that. That's who I want. I want this. I want that. That shows me you got some control. If that's not happening, then I don't believe what you're saying to me.
Man, you spit nothing but the truth, man, because now the excuses that they had for several years is out the window, because Michael Parsons already said, I'm willing to play for dog water, meaning that, hey, you don't have to pay me to be the highest paid player. Yeah, it could be lies. But it holds, the front office. It holds the front office feet to the fire, because now Michael Parsons is out there campaigning and GMing and saying that, hey, let's bring in Tyreek Hill. Hey, let's figure out a way to get Myles Garrett here. If the Cowboys, and I know, Big Game James, you ain't standing nowhere near the damn Kool-Aid cup. You know, Boss Cowboy got some spike Kool-Aid right now. He done showed us already. But I'm going to say this, though. Man, all would be forgiven if the Cowboys fool around and get a Tyreek Hill and a Myles Garrett, not Monroe, before the draft, and they fool around and get this thing cooking because Michael Parsons said, I'm willing to play for dog water. Shoo, boy, I'll get you to sip a little bit of that Kool-Aid, Big Game James.
Hey, I told you. Yeah. This is my thing. I will jump. I'm not gonna say I'll jump back on the train, but if I see them making some real moves, some major moves, if I don't see you just getting a Linville Joseph, I'm not saying Linville Joseph was bad for Dallas. He was okay. But he's 34. He's 35. He's past his prime. Get people in their prime years that can really make a difference. I just heard him say, Stephen Jones talking about, well, we've seen what happened over in Denver, and they got that salary cap issue, and kudos to them. They're back in the playoffs. You get what I'm saying? This is my problem, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all take the floor with this. This is my problem, and this has been the problem. The Cowboys don't have a sense of urgency because they don't have anybody pushing them. These other GMs out here don't have that clock. They have a 2 or 3 year window to make it happen. If not, you're fired. The Joneses don't have that, and because they don't have pressure, they sit back and chill. They sit back and wait because they're saying, we're going to do it our way. How many times have you heard Stephen Jones saying, Philadelphia does it like that, the Rams did it like that, the Broncos did it like that, and kudos to them. But you hear him, his undertones are saying, We don't do it like that, and we're not going to do it like that. We're going to do it our way, and our way is going to be the way that we're going to stay until it works. And that's the frustrating part, because at the end of the day, other teams are saying, we're going all in. I don't see the Cowboys doing that year in and year out. Take, for example, this year. This didn't have to be a throwaway year, fellas. This did not have to be a throwaway year. But you got rid of 12 free agents. You didn't bring anything back to the table. And then basically you made this lame duck status when it didn't have to be. The San Francisco 49ers are trash this year. And we are sitting here out of the playoffs. And that's been our nemesis. You get what I'm saying? Every year it's got to be a Super Bowl or bust. And if it's not that, then I have a problem with it. And I don't see this organization having that extra effort to make it happen, because they don't have to, because ain't nobody pushing them, and they can do it how they want to. And to me, that is the biggest problem with the Cowboys. They don't want to adjust to what's going now in 2024, 25. They want to still do it like the 90s. This ain't that no more.
Ooh, that boy cooking.
OC.
Kerosene, man.
OC. What does Mike McCarthy need?
Look. You big have told no tales, all right? And great to have you on the show, because nobody does it like Big Game James, and that is for real.
Come on, man.
So at the end of the day, man,
Appreciate you, my dog.
it's two things you got to have a championship team.
Right.
You got to have a good coach. What you say, boss?
I said he all right, bro.
He all right.
Yeah.
No,
I love it.
No, big is great at what he does.
I love being a Cowboy. And you,
Boy, come on with it.
Game changer.
hey, let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
Still got my boy Buddy there.
And he brought out, we got to stop what we doing, because he brought out a 1999 super
Sure
chat.
did.
Shout out to you, man. Go ahead and read that one out. That's for Big Game James, man. Deliver.
Shout out to Jose Rodriguez. He said, this ain't good content. It's great content. Thanks for bringing it.
Come on with it, man. Shoot with it.
Oh, I want to say something right quick, Law. I want to say something to you
Go
right
ahead.
quick, Law. My Mavs, we're terrible right now, because we got Kyrie and we got Luka out, but we just whipped your Lakers ass, and we were on a 5-game losing streak, and I just wanted to let you know that.
Man, tonight? Did they play tonight? Oh, man, come on. Your damn Mavs had one damn job to do last year, and that was to beat the Boston, and y'all dropped it. Y'all dropped the ball. Now y'all got the Boston way up above my Lakers. That's okay, though.
They got
y'all
y'all
had
too.
one job to do.
Don't act like Boston ain't got y'all before.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have got y'all last year. Look,
Boston
Luka,
was complete. They had defense.
And we added this year, but we just got hurt. Now, I put on Twitter when I said injuries to derail the season. Hey, y'all, I'm gonna just say this: injuries didn't derail Dallas' season. Stop that, okay? I don't want to hear that.
Wait, you talking about this year? This year?
This year, don't. You're using.
Hold on.
Everybody's using injury excuse.
Hold on.
I'm gonna fight you.
No, Big.
I don't want to hear that.
Big. No,
I don't want to hear it.
Listen.
I don't want to hear
it. I want to talk about one thing that's super important with you here, bro. What does Mike McCarthy need with these players that's up and coming?
He got baby.
No. I'm saying, like, schematically, what does he need?
He said it for real.
Weapons. I know you said he said nuts. I'm saying
he said nuts.
So, like, schematically, like with the draft.
Schematically, first of all, in the draft, I know everybody loves the Gentry kid. I know everybody loves him. He's just a love affair, and I ain't hating on him. But, dog, we need an explosive receiver opposite of CD now. Stop playing them damn games. Either you make a trade and go get a dog, or you draft one, because we need another receiver outside of CD. He can't be the only one. It ain't no Jalen Tolbert. It ain't no Jalen Brooks. It ain't no Jonathan Mingo. It ain't no Kevontae Turpin. I like Turpin, and I want to see what Mingo can do. But them is secondary guys. You need to get a guy, okay? So that top pick, you need to go get a receiver. And then You
From a
really
big
need to
school
really
that know how to play on those bright lights, huh?
You
Big
feel what I'm
AJ. What
saying?
about is
We
Ohio
some
State?
dogs.
Is Ohio State a new receiver
Bruh.
factory? Big A. Is your Ohio State?
Bruh.
Is they a new receiver factory?
I already told y'all my running back is Travion Henderson from Ohio State. That's who I want. Everybody wants this Gentry kid, but you can go get that dog receiver in that first round and go get Henderson later and still profit and be great and live. Also, now Grandpa I seen his little young one, and now we know why. The blue chew, all the hymns, all that. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, Mike. I call you Grandpa, but now I see why, Grandpa. I want Mike Zimmer to come back. Because that defense, I like that defense. I ain't gonna lie. I love the way Zimmer was attacking, blitzing. I ain't gonna lie. Grandpa had me hyped. Grandpa had me hyped.
Dude.
I can't even lie.
We
when he was
defensive
attacking
dudes,
and
bro.
blitzing the
Wasn't it dope?
when he was blitzing the shit out of them, I was loving it. He was just sending pressure. That's what we need.
Yeah.
But I don't see Mike McCarthy doing that, Law. I don't see Mike McCarthy was doing what Mike Zimmer old ass was doing. I saw him getting scary.
Let me
I
give
see him
you a
on his
combo.
goofy ass.
I'm gonna give you a combo. Tell me what you think. What if you had Gentry and Savion Williams?
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't gonna be mad at that.
Because that could happen.
I'm not gonna be mad at that. But you know what? We still need free agents. I don't give a hell, dog. We need a couple real free agents this year. So if we're talking about Mike McCarthy has the power, then Mike McCarthy needs to go to the front office and say, I want this guy right here. He can make the difference to getting our team over the hump. Go get him. I want to see Jerry and Steven shut the F up and say, we got you. We're going to go do it. That's when I'll believe that's real. But when I keep on hearing Steven say, well, you know, we got to play Micah and we got Tyler Smith and them guys coming up, then I'm going to say, I ain't listening to this shit. I ain't listening to it.
But you know what part of the problem was? I sat back and I look at that salary cap all this season. We sat on $20 million the entire season. That $20 million is enough money. Before on the front end, you could have went and got a Saquon. You could have went and got a Derrick Henry. I get it. You know, we talked about the kind of caliber of play calling that Mike McCarthy did. He wouldn't call plays. He wouldn't have called running plays anyhow. Even if you didn't want to get those running backs, there could have been valuable weapons you could have got to complement CeeDee Lamb, especially knowing that CeeDee Lamb would have been, I guess, playing himself into football shape because he held out majority of the offseason, right? Or you could have utilized that money to shore up your left tackle, you know, because Tyler Guyton, he was very terrible this year, going from a right tackle all through college to be put in one of the most difficult spots at left tackle. Yeah, you're right. But we sat on $20 million. Yeah. But I saw that when the Lions, they used the excuse of injuries on the table because when their Aiden Hutchinson went out, they went and got a guy that can rush the quarterback. I saw the Minnesota Vikings, when they left tackle went out, Christian Darrisaw, they picked up the phone and called the Jacksonville Jaguars to go get a legitimate left tackle. But when the Cowboys have injuries, they sit on their hands because there's no sense of urgency here because everybody's comfortable on keeping their job. And that's right, the OC. That's what you was getting at earlier. Too comfortable.
Too comfortable.
Well, here's the thing, man. And I was going to say, to win a Super Bowl, you got to have two things. You got to have great coaching, and you got to have almost a loaded roster. Almost. And the Cowboys don't have that. And so unless you get that, you're not going to really contend for a Super Bowl. You can, pay for less, save money, build through the draft only, and be a competitive team and end up being a pretty good team. But you're not going to be a Super Bowl winning championship team unless you're willing to open up your heart in the form of your wallet and actually pay and actually get some dudes that already have played in the league that can come in and immediately upgrade and help your roster. And the Cowboys have yet to do that in any offseason, and that is the lack of control that Mike McCarthy does not have, by the way. Because Mike McCarthy, there's no way in God's green earth you could tell me that Mike McCarthy would not have got any other of these veterans out here. And do you think that it was Mike McCarthy's decision to let go of our nose tackle over about $700,000 that the Cowboys had, and they could have paid him to keep him? Do you think that was his decision? Do you think it was his decision not to draft a running back the last couple years at all?
Exactly.
At all? Not one?
Exactly.
Well, do you think that was all his decision? Do you think it was his sole decision to draft all these DBs that we drafted the last 3 years when Dan Quinn? Do you think that was just his decision? No, that wasn't his decision. That was Dan Quinn, and I was also front office and saying, okay, we got this need, and this is the direction that we're going to go. And then Mike McCarthy acquiescing not to rock the boat and not to argue about stuff that he thought, oh, well, you give me a team. Because he even said this years ago, if you guys remember. He said, hey, you give me the players, hey, and I'll play them. I'll put it together. He said that. He said that as it related to Will McClay. Like, hey, man, you give me the players, hey, I'll put the team together. He said something of that effect. So the Cowboys won't win a Super Bowl unless they are willing to legitimately open up their pockets and pay some of these veterans on short-term deals that are in the middle of their career so you can get upgrades and key positions. That's how you win. That's how you win. If you don't do that, you're not willing to play ball like everybody else play ball, and you want complete control, and you want the our guys philosophy only, our guys, then you're not going to win. Go ahead, boss.
We got us a super chat. My boy Chris 214 said, from the words of Jay Tuck, we need a wide receiver that thinks he's better than CeeDee Lamb. Totally agree with him. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Receiver is something that is, to me, almost perfectly ideal for 12. It's almost like you almost can't go wrong. You almost can't go wrong. So, 12 is a very interesting spot for us. I'm very interested in, and I want this is the thing that I said yesterday. I want to get y'all thoughts on this. I don't want no slow cooked meals this draft. I don't want no slow cooked meals. I don't want no DTs they take all day. See, we like Mazda now. We do. All of us, we agree we like Mazda, right?
Yeah, year two, and he wasn't a slow cooked meal. He's actually
he ahead. He's slow. Don't say that.
He put that anointing on.
Because I want to microwave this next team. I'm serious.
No, we need some of that. I got you. Go
Yeah, but if Kevin Banks or Will Campbell is there, what would you say then, though, boss?
I want the weapon. I
don't want no damn offensive lineman.
I thought you hook him, big game, James. Hook him, man. Come on with him.
I don't give that. Ain't no hook him nothing. You better hook a receiver. You better hook a running back. You better hook a DN. And you better hook a real defensive tackle in free agency. That's what you better hook. That's what you need to. You need to go in free agency and get you a real damn defensive tackle. Because there's some guys, and you can pay some money and make it happen. You need a dog at defensive tackle. Period. That's it. Hold up. But they also listen. They also just dropped the ball because Osa should have been paid at the beginning of the damn year. That's another thing. You want to sit on your hands and wait. Osa should have got paid early because this was his contract year. Y'all said y'all want to draft, develop, and keep, right? Well, that was a draft, develop, keep guy, and you should have known that this was that contract year. Let's go ahead and sign him because of what he's doing. But no, y'all wait to the end of the year. Now he done outpriced himself because somebody who's good is going to pick him up and give him some big money and show me Dallas will outbid him. Or they'll just say, we'll just take the comp pick. They settle. We'll just take the comp pick. I don't want my organization to saying, you can have some of our great guys. We draft them, we develop them, and then we give them away. That don't make no damn sense. And then we play all these damn undrafted players. You had that Carolina game, and everybody on Twitter was geeked. Oh, we had 9 undrafted people on that drive. Is that something that you're happy about? Does that make you feel good? You are not going to beat the top upper echelon teams with undrafted players. I don't care what you tell me.
You ain't lying. Where my button at?
That's true.
You ain't lying.
The truth will set you free.
UFL boys.
Hey man, we got this guy to the Arena League, man. He's a starter. Look at what we did. You know, they say that kind of stuff. It's all the time, bro. It's all the time. But at the end of the day, you hit the nail on the head. Like, you're gonna have to pay a DT. And look, let me expand that thought. You need to go ahead and pay a defensive end that can take pressure off of Micah Parsons, like a real defensive end, like a real starter dude that can go get you 10 sacks. You need that dude because you can't bank on Sam Williams coming back off of ACL, and we don't have another legitimate edge. We don't. That can really rush the passer, and you might want to expand a little bit more and go ahead and get yourself a corner and or another linebacker, just for conversation's sake, right? And you need a running back and you need a wide receiver. You need it. And I'm no C, and I'm telling you, you don't need to draft another lineman. You don't. You got plenty. You can mix and match those. You can be competitive. You develop what you got. You make those dudes compete for playing time, and you do what you got to do. You're good enough from an offensive line perspective to win games. You need weapons. You need a running back. You need a guy that can come in here and start and tote it, and you can hand it to him 280 times in a year, and he can get you about 14 to 1,500. That's what you need. And you need a weapon to play opposite of CeeDee Lamb. To your point, Big, completely agree.
Yeah, let me say this, though, before anyone else go again. As far as cap space and knowing that the Cowboys barely move with this salary cap thing, we are dead last in our division in cap space with $17 million. The Eagles got $26 million available to spend, meaning that they can outbid and outfight us in the free agency, which they're going to do anyway. The Giants got $54 million to spend. So they are probably a Cam Ward or whoever they get in the draft, Shador, or whoever, a quarterback away from just also making it difficult for the boys. And also the Commanders, the Washington Commode team, they got $99 million. $99 million to spend. So all of those people got more and more money, more and more resources, and whoever we think we like in this free agency, they can scoop them up without blinking their eyes because we only sitting on $17 million based off the fact that we wait too long to sign contracts, right? So it's going to be a long and interesting offseason for us when it get down to free agent time. Unless, Micah Parsons really get paid that dog water and we go move with that $17 million. But I don't think that all of that's going to work with that less of money.
Man, his agent has a fiduciary responsibility to look out for his best interests, and he's only going to let him go so low. He may be willing to play ball with the Cowboys and may be willing to give a quote-unquote hometown discount, but he's going to be, regardless, top 4 paid in the league at his position. And when I say position, I don't mean linebacker, I mean DN. Okay, so I'm saying he's gonna be top 4, so that's a lot of money. And this is something I brought up a year ago, and I'll just throw this out to the panel and let you guys run with this. Are we getting outmaneuvered and out-finagled and out-planned and out-managed by our rivals, the Eagles, and then now also the Washington Commanders? Because I thought, and I said this before, and I got all type of hate, and Boss Cowboy beat me up and hit all kind of buttons on me. And I said, hey man, the Eagles do a better job of managing their freaking roster. They do a much better job. They got top 2 offensive line in the league. It's arguably the best. You might consider Baltimore in there as well. But those guys, they signed Saquon Barkley, no problem. They got Jalen Hurts done, no problem. They brought in A.J. Brown, no problem. They drafted Jalen Carter. He's going to a Pro Bowl. They drafted Jordan Davis out of Georgia. I think he's going to a Pro Bowl. They consistently do what they got to do to be super competitive, man. They may have a down year, but then they always come right back. So what's the problem with the Cowboys?
The problem with the Cowboys is the strength and conditioning coaches.
Damn.
That's the problem with the Cowboys. If the Cowboys are as healthy as they was the last 3 years, you not as high as you are on Philly. You just not. If you had Bland and Diggs playing, you not worried about no old A.J. Brown and no D. Smith.
Cut it out. Okay, I'm stopping that.
Them boys good, boss.
I'm stopping
Them boys
that.
good, boss.
No. First of all,
Them boys are good, boss.
I'm not hyping no Eagles, boss. But stop that. All right. First of all,
we
Bland
better
has
than
more.
the Eagles, man.
Bland has
When
more, bro.
healthy?
No.
Yes, that's why I said it's the strength and conditioning.
Okay. This is what I'm saying. First of all, listen, boss. I'm leery about paying Bland. Don't pay Bland no big money. Don't do it. You're making a mistake.
See,
you know why? Because I'm just telling you the truth.
No,
You're
I'm
a
gonna tell you.
cornerback.
No, Big. I'm gonna tell you that you my brother, and I said the same thing. Like I said it yesterday. I said that we saw him as CB1, and it was not like Diggs. Let's just keep it real.
He's not a CB1.
And
He's a
then he
slot
go
corner.
want CB1 money. I'm not gonna give up on him, but I need another year for you to show me CB1 before anybody even talk about
He's not
that.
a boss. You know he's
Well,
not a CB1.
they don't have that
okay?
year to-
You know it.
They don't have
He's
the year
not
to-
a
to play
CB1.
around with.
If he ain't got that year, then you can't do it.
That's what I'm saying. They got to be smart right here. Do not pay Bland that CB1. That's a mistake. He's a slot corner. See, what that problem was is everybody got hurt. Remember when Jordan Lewis got hurt? When he was in that slot, he was cooking. When he jumped on that outside, yes, he had that record year. But if we really watched when even that record year, we saw him struggle with certain type receivers. The receivers that can get out and go, he has problems with. He has problems with the fade route. His feet, he just doesn't have. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, boss.
He real good at end breaking stuff. You said it perfect.
Yes. His anticipation is off the charts.
Yeah.
But he's a regular athlete. He is.
I see good game speed. I don't see great game speed. See, Diggs has, when he healthy, great game speed. You know they clocked Diggs 1 year as the fastest player in the NFL.
But the thing is, with Diggs, you might not see him until 2026.
I can't get hyped on the Diggs no more. I can't
No,
get
I'm
hyped
with
on
you.
the Diggs
I was
no
just,
more,
I
dog.
was saying for CB1 and comparing it. So we saw Diggs on McLaurin. You know, we saw that. And Diggs consistently won. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm basically saying I agree with you that, you know, he's a complete corner. He's a complete corner, but he not shut down. No.
Yeah.
Is he a complete corner, boss?
Your leg injuries.
He's
I'm gonna say
complete
you're
from
not
a
elite
tackles.
anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll
No, that's it. Go ahead, boss.
Yeah, he a complete corner in terms of tackles, being where he's supposed to be, assignment sound, you know. But when he's not that athletic freak, you know, to where you just got that blazer with good feet, right? And ball skills. He got the ball skills, but I'm just saying, when you're like a crazy CB1, Diggs was crazy. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and he came in and Diggs, low-key, Diggs contract put pressure on him because Diggs played better than him and took way less. He came in 7th. So, yeah. So, man, my question is, with Mike McCarthy likely coming back, and Big, you predicted that we was gonna struggle this year, so you saying that you feel like we gonna do better. What's some of the key reasons you think we gonna do better, especially on offense? And then we gonna give our final words.
I think we're just going to do better just because, for the simple fact, when you really look at the NFC East, let's really look at it, fellas. I'm sorry, Washington Commanders are over freaking rated. I don't give a hell. Jaden Daniels, you're a good quarterback. But next year, That sophomore slump is coming, big dog.
That's right.
I said it was going to happen with the Texans.
I
said it was going to happen with Stroud. And Stroud
yep.
is still a dog, but the struggle is coming.
Yep.
Jaden Daniels, what you did this year was good. It wasn't extraordinary. It wasn't no extraordinary thing what you did this year. And the tape's going to be out on you next year. And Dan Quinn, bro, I don't care. Everybody's talking about we should have kept Dan Quinn and made him the head coach. Hell no, I don't want no Dan Quinn. I don't want Dan Quinn as the head coach. Because guess what? The fall off is going to be real over at the Commander land. Look how he coached with Atlanta. He started off fast, burnt and fizzled. Me and Boss had already talked about this. He gonna fizzle fast, just like he did this year. Look at who did the Washington Commanders beat this year? Come on, y'all. They ain't beat nobody this year. And they struggle with us. They overrated. And then if you look at the Giants aren't a good team. I don't care what kind of draft they have this year. They're not going to all of a sudden flip it over. They still brought Dabo and them back. You get what I'm saying? So Philly was really the only team. So that's why I feel like we're going to bounce back, because I still don't feel like this division is as strong. And then when you look at the NFC, I mean,
we better than Philly.
Dallas beat Tampa Bay with Cooper freaking Rush.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
If we look at these teams that are in the playoffs right now, Dallas can still compete with them right now.
Right now.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like there's going to be a bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Dallas is going to be competing with Philly, and they would have beat Philly, in my opinion. They would have beat Philly. They wouldn't have swept us this year, not in my opinion. Dallas would have beat them if we were at full health. But that don't matter. People that was talking about using that injury excuse, injuries derailed the season for Dallas Cowboys. No, they did not. That's what I don't want to hear, because Dallas wasn't doing anything this year, because when your front office basically gave up on the year at the beginning, that's what started the lame duck, y'all. That's what started it. The front office started the crap, and then it led to this season, rebuild. Y'all.
Yeah.
And that's what's the problem. The front office has to say, okay, yeah, we're all in every year. Doesn't mean you have to spend all kind of crazy money, but it says we are putting our best foot forward every single year. OC has said it, you said it, Law, and to an extent, you said it, Boss. They are too comfortable, because what do we always hear Jerry say? Ain't nobody firing me. Ain't nobody firing me. So if he says that, that's saying I'm going to do it on my own time. And then we still hear Stephen Jones saying the same thing. Well, that's great how they do it, but that's not how we're going to do it here. And there's no sense of urgency. And that's what's holding us back. Because if you don't have that sense of urgency, it makes your team not have the sense of urgency. If your front office doesn't have the sense of urgency, how the hell your coaches and players going to have the sense of urgency and they're controlling it? Tell me. Explain that to me, somebody.
Yeah.
There's an old adage, there's an old adage, and it says this. And this is by a leadership coach I follow. He says the speed of the leader determines the speed of the team. So if you're not desperate and hungry as the leader, being the front office, being the GM, the president, if you're not desperate and hungry to win, see, the difference between now and what happened in the 90s was that Jerry Jones had this team and he was invested in it and he was desperate to win. He was desperate, and you could see the drive and the urgency. And guess what? They won those Super Bowls. And guess what? The drive and the urgency, it's not there anymore. It's business as usual. We're going to be popular because we're the Cowboys. We're going to cut another deal. We're going to sell merch. We're going to still pack our stadium, even if we're average. We just have to sell hope. We're not selling championships. We're selling hope. So in order for your team to really win and be a championship team, from the top to the bottom, you got to desire that. And if you don't desire it,
you got to be aggressive.
You're not going to achieve it. Yep.
Man, boy, you spoke some words there. And like you said, there's no growth and comfort. People want the 6 or the 8-pack, but you can't get that by sitting on the couch eating your ice cream, right? And not getting up. So I believe they had a point to prove when they first bought the team. And I ask people all the time on my channel, is success subjective? And it's very much so is, right? In Jerry Jones' eyes, he's a movie star. He got a gold jacket, a helicopter, a helipad. He got a yacht. He got 3 Super Bowl rings, a workout facility that's worth $2.5 billion, and a playpen down in Arlington that's worth $3.5 billion. And he got a proof of concept with his marketing team and his contractors. They build stadiums throughout the world. They build stadiums in LA. They build stadiums in Atlanta. So those are all of his contractors. So at the end of the day, he making hands over fists. So when he said that Netflix documentary that winning is not important, I believe in the heart and soul of that man that he's stating nothing but the truth. Winning is no longer important to him. It's all about these other things, getting RuPaul versus Tyson in the damn boxing ring in Dallas. That's what he's rooting for. That's what he tried to get. He paid more attention to that this offseason or this season than he absolutely paid attention to the sunlight beaming through the curtains there, beaming through the stadium, blinding his players. So we are in a situation, whereas I hate to say this, that I get multitudes of people to call into my show and say, man, we won't see no glory until Jerry Jones tastes the dirt or until he's 6 feet under, because his mind is already made up. He got a reprobated mind, and he's not going to relinquish those things. So we have to win in spite of Jerry and in spite of the coaching, and it had to be ultimately the players that really want this. But how can we get that, like what Big Game James said and you said, the OC, without the sense of urgency?
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my final word.
Right.
Sick of y'all, man.
Yeah, I knew it. Boss back there like, man, y'all just buy y'all.
God damn. Big, I'm over there like,
Good man, bye, y'all. All right, show over, damn it.
Hey, nah, you try to play it off. That fool whooping that ass. I know what
He
that
getting
fool
tired.
got you.
He getting tired. He getting the itis.
That fool, they got the itis. That boy gonna go
man,
sleepy.
let me read these
He's
super
sleepy.
chats real quick before I give my final word. Where's my manners, bro? Where's my manners? Let me get these super chats real quick.
And I got 2 over here too.
Let's get it, Law. My boss say, we also need to bring in some alphas and some enforcers with $5, Mr. Thomas. And then one said, receiver 2 and corner to fix it. Receiver 2 and corner.
No, we need a receiver 1. Not no receiver 2. We need a receiver
Wait a
1.
minute.
I like
You
it.
want 2 ones. You want 2 ones, huh?
I like it.
Yes, I want 2 1s. You got to
Hey,
win with 2 1s
$10
nowadays,
baby.
Paul. You know that.
Oh, true. I get you on that. But you said you need another DB. So if Will Johnson is there, I don't know if you pass up on him with the 12th pick. Oops.
I ain't going to be mad at a corner in the first pick either. I'm not going to be mad at that.
Because
Yeah,
that's the
y'all
area
depend.
need. Y'all just beat down. Y'all just beat down Bland. Yeah, y'all made me. I hushed the entire conversation when y'all talked about Bland. Yeah, I ain't want to go back and forth with y'all.
I understand, man. You can make a great case for Bland because he play good on them possession receivers.
But here's the
But
thing.
the route runners give him problems and speed. I think raw speed give him problems.
If they don't sign J. Lou back, Bland is the only one you got. And Lord forbid I see Carson's and I'm sitting here got to tell everybody, give him another year. No, it's time to go get you a veteran DB to put on the opposite side there. But if Bland is not as advertised and Bland should be back inside as your slot DB, then right now, off of face value, your biggest issue right now is DB. Because you don't have Diggs until next year, basically. So that's an area of need.
If they pay him, I ain't mad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just one of them things that
I just don't want to see Booth again, man. It look like I can route up Booth out there.
God.
My
I could route up Booth.
I mean, we could also say, what's my boy from Notre Dame? He played pretty good.
Troy Pride, yeah, Troy did play.
Troy Pride, we got good. Some. Will McClay be
I
working,
seen
man.
that pickup. I seen that pickup of Troy
B,
Pride.
we liked him, bro.
I'm not mad at that.
You
we
feel
liked
B?
him out of Notre Dame.
You feel me? We liked him, bro.
When I seen that, when I seen, I was like,
Will McClay done did
like,
his thing, man. We tripping, bro.
Hey, Will McClay contract ends at the end of this month too.
Oh,
So
don't do it, love.
He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
You better hope his son got into SMU or TCU.
I'm tired of
because
I'm,
if it's
I'm
not,
tired
if
of
his son
every
goes
year
somewhere else,
his contract come. I'm tired of year his contract come up and everybody nervous. That dude ain't going nowhere. Why would you leave what you have right here? If he left here and went somewhere else, now you got a clock ticking on your ass. Okay? He don't got no clock ticking on him in Dallas.
I do got a reason why. I got a reason why he probably
every
get
man
up
want
out
to be
here.
a king of his own castle.
Tell me. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why. Because them grandsons are being groomed to do his job. Jerry bragged on how he really loved working with his family. So it don't even matter how good you are. They go always imagine that their son can do it better and their family can do it better.
Yeah. He probably teach and then gonna get his ass out the door. He probably teaching them the ropes just so he get his ass out the door.
You know that's what's going on. Keeping it real.
Yeah. And then he doing all of the wrong things for the right reasons, though. One thing I say about Will McClay
say that again, Law.
is that
say that again.
He doing all the wrong things for the right reasons, man. There's no way that Will McClay should have he shouldn't have vice president of player personnel when you have Stephen Jones, the president of player personnel. Why you got to have that position?
And how did he get that position, Law? Where did qualify? Here's the thing. Here's my thing too. I didn't even mean to cut you off, Law.
No. I want you to spit.
What qualifies Stephen Jones to be president of player personnel? What qualifications did he have? What?
He's my son.
You see these other guys.
He's my only son.
Right. Isn't that a problem? Listen, fellas, that's the problem. You got guys who are busting their ass, right? OC, right? Law, right? Boss,
right?
Busting their ass, scouting, doing it the right way, earning their way to the top. Stephen goofy ass Chemistry Jones comes in as the son. Here, it's yours. And now all of a sudden he's a football dude. It was everything football. Excuse me, I don't want to cuss on here, so I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
Thank you, Love. Thank you, Big. So look, man, there's an old cartoon. And Big, I think you're of age where you should remember this. Law, I think you might. Boss, I'm for certain you probably don't know this. But no, it's an old song. It was a cartoon. It said, "No matter what he do, he's a chicken, boo." And it was this chicken. He would dress up like an investigator, and he would dress up like the fireman, and he would dress up like an actor, and he would dress up like a football. No matter what he do, he's a chicken, boo. So you know what? That's how it is with Will McClay. No matter what he do, he's a chicken, boo. Because guess what? At the end of the day, look, that stuff is going to the heirs. This position is going to the heirs. Okay? So you can do whatever you want. You can be as good as you want to be. We'll pay you a few $1 million. But guess what? You're not the heir. You're not the heir. And at the end of the day, that's why he would leave. But hey, if he got it good for another 5 or 6 years until these boys get big, cool. Take your money, try to perform, and then, you have enough to retire or either go coach some, do something else if you want to. Whatever, that's cool. But just remember what I just said.
Man, he's a glorified Uber Eats and the Uber Lyft guy. You know how you put the order in for Uber? You put the order in, and then Will McClay go get it, and he drops it off and say, "Rate me all 5, please, man. Rate me all 5s." And it's time out for that, Will. You setting everything back, dog. So go ahead, go get you a new job, a new position, and get on up out of there. Get out, dog. Get out. Go to the Jets. Go to the Saints, or go to the Tennessee. Go somewhere else where you can be validated like you're supposed to be as a brother, man. Get out of there, man. You crazy as hell to be working under there, all of that sweat equity.
Stop, Law. Stop.
Hey,
come on,
he's
man.
Still in the office. They still
say it was good for, but
no.
Don't
give him your game. Don't give him your game. Don't give no more game away, Will. No more game.
Don't give.
No more.
Stop going buying the cigarettes for. Yeah. Stop being in your name and getting that alcohol and cigarettes for. Stop doing all that.
Give him the game, Will. Give it to the grandson. Give it away.
No.
They gave you an opportunity.
Look, there's a show on Netflix called Ultimatum. Give them an ultimatum. You pay me. Give me the title and give me my check. If not, I'm walking. I'm hitting the door. You can't use me no more. Pay me, and I want to be the president of operations over here, man. Don't put Vice in front of me. Come on, man. I'm deserving of that, man. Come on, man. I'm not a doormat. Come on, man. I got people that look up for me.
Take that big old check, put it in the bank, and sit and chill.
Let your area scouts work.
No.
They bring you the reports. You tell them you question their film, and you question everything, and you show them a high standard, and you chill in Dallas.
Man, Boss Cowboy, you said be that company man. Hey,
company man ain't bad. Shoot, give me them M's. Play me like I'm a million, like I'm a big.
They don't pay that brother like he's
man. Like I have 10 restaurants. That's how they paying me right now, Law. And all I do is I have my area scouts. They go do the work, and I look at the budgets. I make sure that they not overspending and doing crazy stuff. And then, they bring me the reports, and we talk about it. We analyze it. We rate the board, and I sit back. I'm fighting. I'm trying to keep him in Dallas, man.
You trying to keep a good thing going. I know, man.
No
I want to revolt.
You
got to take that move.
It's going to that grandson, man.
It's going straight to him.
No matter what he do,
so if we all being honest, what's best for the man, eventually he got to go.
Yeah, he got to go, man.
That's what's best for him. I hate to say it, but he's so great. He can go somewhere and probably win another 3-4 championships.
Yep. Because he's managed and controlled by their desires. It's not like he has complete autonomy either. He has influence, right? But he's wise. So he's working within kind of what they want. He's not just doing 100% of like, I'm getting this 100% dog. It's like, no, we have certain criteria. Basically, I know what my boss wants. I know the kind of thing he's looking for. And I'm finagling and I'm making this thing work in a box of what he wants me to do and draft. I'm not just going out there getting straight A killers the way I really would if I didn't have these limitations.
That's right.
Right.
Like you say, that's something to keep in mind as well.
He's the DoorDash guy, right? To go run and go get the stuff, right? But if it's time for you to, I guess, exile or fire someone, he don't have that power. He like normally when you see the GM and you had a few drops of the ball, or if your coaching is not up to skill or to level, that GM can fire that coach and be like, hell, what the hell is going on? Or Boss Cowboy Sports, to your point there, that GM covers also those personal trainers, those who work out those fellas. I don't think Will McClay got the longitudes and latitudes to go down there and say, let another player get hurt. Let somebody else twist a knee or let somebody else miss treatment. You're going to be out the door. You're going to get fired. Why all of these people are having the same kind of calibers of injuries now? What are you doing as a personal trainer? A GM supposed to oversee all of those things. And we know that Stephen Jones ain't doing it, and damn sure Jerry Jones, he didn't even know that a bonus was due to doggone Cooper Rush. He said, I didn't even know until I read it. I knew he knew it, but he was just lying to kick it. But we get it, what they saying. Come on with it.
Hey, real quick, rapid fire. I'm talking about 10-second answers. Everybody, start with you, big, and then we out final words and we out quick.
All right, cool.
All right.
It's gonna be fast. Watch this.
All right.
Schoon closed the gap on Ferguson. Big.
Yes.
Law.
Shit. I gotta give, but Ferg the last game paid me off, so yes. But overall, I give Ferg the incomplete. He was hurt for the majority of the year.
Yeah, slightly.
Dang. Okay, good.
He has, which is a good thing.
Good thing, yeah.
It's a good thing. Ferg got better. I mean, Schoon got better. Ferg regressed. He just naturally closed the gap. I would really want to see Schoon take a one more step if he can, that would be interesting. I do believe Ferg is a better football player. He just need to put it together. But Schoon is a better athlete. It's interesting. It's very interesting.
Schoon and Brevin span forward.
He is a better athlete. He
and then if the Cowboys,
it looks like
no, you good. No, I'm gonna say if the Cowboys got a real GM, then Ferg would be on the trading block. They get something back in return. There's nothing wrong with trading away your assets. Look at T.J. Hawkinson. He was traded away, and then they went into the draft and drafted someone else. So sometimes, if a person don't fit your scheme and system, there's nothing wrong. We don't need to hold and to have and to hold forever with these players. You got to trade them away. That's what real GMs do.
Yeah.
Facts.
My boy say, let better Luca. He said if Genty at 12, he's the pick. I like that.
I got two super chats that I got to read out real quickly. My guy says, Chris 214, are you guys buying Cam Scatterboo hype? And then also Matthew Embry says, I feel depressed knowing that this all would not change. So you out on Scatterboo?
Hell yes. I do not want no Scatterboo nowhere near Dallas Cowboys. Nothing. Y'all all geeked up because he ran against the damn. Texas ain't got Texas don't never have no gritty defense, y'all. Did y'all not know that? They never have a gritty D. They always got great athletes. They don't have a gritty defense. And Scatterboo runs a 4.5, 4.6. Bro, that style ain't gonna last long. Stay the hell away. Dallas needs explosion. Not no big prodding. No.
Jeez. Scatterboo in the 6th round though, and get him in the 6th or the 5th round.
That's my boy.
We got Hunter Lukey. Damn it.
Say, man, I just love it when that boy start cooking, boy. God, that boy be going hard. All right.
Scat.
Hey, man. This is also the fun part of the season, too. I'm excited. All season is fun, too. It's a season of itself, So, we're in that period where we start talking about how to win. We start looking at players. We probably even getting ready to have an interview with Genty sometime this week. And it's going to be a lot of stuff like that happening. So y'all make sure y'all go to all the channels and make sure you like and subscribe. We got Big plugged up again. The channel going. Everybody linked up. This is going to be a great off season as usual with the final word. And I'm just excited, man, because my boy Big, he shoot it straight. I'm glad he back. He always been a straight shooter. He told us last year, y'all, we gonna probably have a down year. He said that. He said it. He said it loud and often. He held his nuts. And it's Big, I want to say it's never easy to go against the grain, bro. You know what I mean? That's hard, right? To speak your mind when everybody wants you to be super positive guy, And so when you say, and when I heard Big say, I think we're gonna have a rebound year, is one thing Big has shown to me is he has a real good gut. Some of the stuff ain't even logic, it's a gut, So it's a feel. He got a good feel. So when he telling me he optimistic about the season in terms of wins, I feel good. And I just hope that we can start putting it together, man. But in my opinion, of my final word, this being the first show of the final word of 2025, I would say, man, let's just really do our best to really put good ideas out there, man. Let's work hard at that. And then be very careful for people that's kind of being lazy on their narratives and people that's just kind of putting out junk content and stuff that's going to be for controversy. It's too much of that going on. The people that I rock with, Law Nation, the OC, my boy Big, and so many in the community. I saw my boy Tuck in the building. I saw my boy CFT in the building. I saw Lou. So many people that I rock with, they trying to win. So on my final word, man, let's just get it, man. And I'm excited to see the whole team together again. It was fun. That's my final word.
I'll go. So yeah, man. So at the end of the day, man, the Cowboys got an opportunity, like they do most off seasons, to dramatically improve the roster, be aggressive with free agent signings. That to me is the number one tell of the success. It's not the draft. We're gonna have a solid draft. I'm not gonna say we're gonna have a great draft. I think we're gonna have a solid draft. But the number one tell is how aggressive the Cowboys are at D tackle, D end, and possibly cornerback. That will be the tell about what is going to take place when we start playing ball later this year. So if the Cowboys are aggressive and the Cowboys show all in versus talking all in, you'll end up having a very, very happy 2026, January, February. That's what I believe, because the team is not that far away with the healthy Dak Prescott. Mike McCarthy comes back for more than a cup of coffee, and we could be rocking and see what happens from there. So that's my final word.
I mean, my final word is this. If you're bringing back a Mike McCarthy, if you say we want Mike McCarthy back, then you need to be listening to the heartbeat of your players who said, don't hamstring him, let him do it his way. I don't come out here bringing Mike McCarthy back and still being the same damn way. It's just going to be the same damn repeat, rinse, cycle, all that BS crap. I don't want to see it. You bring him back, let's get aggressive, let's get strong. And Law said something to me in this whole show to me that just stood out to me when he said, that's what real GMs do. He just said something about Jake Ferguson. We like Ferguson, but remember when Boss talked to me and Boss talked, and I said, even though I like Jake Ferguson, he was still the Cowboys model. Okay, he was still the Cowboys model of what the type of tight ends that they like. You get what I'm saying? You can have what Law said, say, hey, you know what, Fergie, you good, but we might just deal you and get somebody else. That lets me know we being real here. Too many times the Cowboys want to be right, and because they want to be right, they keep and hold players. Too long, too far. Y'all need to wheel and deal. Y'all need to get busy. And until I see the aggressiveness, because y'all are not aggressive, y'all are comfortable. And if y'all don't get aggressive in this game like these other teams, it's just going to be the same damn thing. It's just going to be the same damn hype train. It's going to be the same damn thing. And we're going to be saying the same daggone things the next year at the end of the season saying, damn. I'm tired of hearing it. So I'm watching closely. You bring in Mike McCarthy and I don't see aggressiveness, man, don't talk to me about no damn Dallas Cowboys. Leave me alone. That's my final word.
Man, brilliant. I'm just going to echo these things right here. Mike McCarthy had losing seasons when this happened. The starting quarterback is not able to finish the season. And the two times that he did have the losing season is when Dak Prescott wasn't able to finish the season. So we can only hope for, if Mike McCarthy is back, we can only hope that the starting quarterback is healthy, and let's surround that player with playmakers that can stretch the field and do things. Now, the other thing in common is that with Mike McCarthy and Jason Garrett, the same thing. The only time Jason Garrett had a losing season is when his starting quarterback was not able to finish the season. So we're going to have to correct that outside of 2016, of course. That's when Dak Prescott arrived. So we're going to have to fix that. We don't like to have 1-3 as a playoff record for the guy that's supposed to get us over the hump, and we are still not over the hump. So what we need to do, we have to get active and busy in this free agent, and then we're going to have to trade away some guys that we kind of holding on to if they don't fit our scheme and philosophy. On top of that, last but not least, I'm hearing noise that the front office is very intrigued with this wide receiver group that they already have. Jonathan Mingo, as well as Cavante Turpin, Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, Ryan Flanoy. But they're going to have to look into the mirror, like Big Game James said, and the others on this panel, and get you another one. because you need 2 number ones in this National Football League to stretch the field and beyond. Let's go get run game. Let's go get that other number one receiver, and let's go get a stout defense, and let's go take over for the 2025. Let's get live like 95. I'm up out of here. DC for life, not for short. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Nino.
The final word. We out, man.
All right, bro. Peace.